Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How's everybody doing out there? Hope it's... I'm sorry.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now. Sorry, guys. All right. Tonight, we got a double header. That's what they put it on the...
Yes, sir.
The whatchamacallit.
On the post, on
Yeah,
the
exactly.
gram.
On the gram.
We have the very talented Krys in the building
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
and Storyboard Dee.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate y'all for coming.
These are all right. We're not going
Very
to
good.
promote these, though. We don't get paid.
So what's going on, y'all?
What's going on, everybody?
Ain't nothing. Preparing for 420.
Oh. Okay. What's the plan? What's the move look like?
My bed. I'm trying to be so smacked I don't move.
Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you.
I'm so day to day. 420 is so far away right now. Like, I went to a bar and she's like, "Today's Thursday." I was like, "Yo, today's Thursday." Like, I had no
right.
clue.
Didn't you think it was Wednesday when we saw
Yeah,
it? It was
when
a
we
whole day
met.
ahead.
Yeah. My idea of time is like gone. I was like, I don't know what that is.
I feel you. Okay. So we met you guys at I met you guys at a photo shoot. It was how can I put this? It was cannabis friendly
Photo shoot?
The
Photo
photo
shoot.
shoot.
It was like a product demonstration.
Yeah, product
Right.
demonstration,
Yeah.
very cannabis friendly environment. How did you guys get into like that? Get into like the whole scene?
Get into that particular
Well,
scene,
not that,
or-
but just like the whole
in general.
in general, like the whole scene.
I would say really what turned me on to cannabis was when I was 17. I had an edible. And
Well, that's always a good way
Right.
to start.
I grew up in the hood. I grew up in East New York. So like everybody was
Hey.
smoking. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was smoking. I like knew about smoking. But like the first time I had an edible, that shit was like a TV show. I don't even know if I could like even what's the word? Can I even like curse here? Like what's the
Yeah,
no,
but we would.
I'll censor it. I'll censor it. Yeah.
That's cool. That's
All
cool.
right, so yeah, my first time was eating an edible, and I forgot I ate an edible. So
Oh.
I like how I am now. I just go day to day.
Yeah.
And I was chilling at home. I was on the internet, and I was like, "Yo, I got this cookie in the fridge that my homie gave me, and I ate the cookie before, so I knew what it did. And I ate this joint, and I was sitting there chilling, and I was like, "Yo, I gotta meet my homegirl." Like my homegirl, we supposed to meet up to go grab lunch. So I forgot I eat the edible. We
Damn.
go out to go get pizza. I remember this joint. We meet in the city. We go to get pizza. And this lady, she can't get her order right, and I just start laughing. I laugh for like 5 minutes straight. And she's like, she starts laughing too. She doesn't know. She just thinks like, "Yo, you're mad funny, you're mad happy." And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh snap, yo, I ate this cookie, yo, and this cookie like really got me." So that was like my first, and then everything after that was like a scene to scene. Like if you watch a TV show, and it's like one scene and it's the next scene.
Yeah.
That was my whole day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that
And
sounds
this-
like a good day.
And this how I know it was real.
Right.
I knew it was real because I was broke at the time, and I went to this restaurant and paid full price for the meal. And that meal wasn't like no like regular.
special?
It was at the
it was
time.
special.
Yeah, it was a special meal,
Oh.
and I spent money on this. I knew I was litty. I had to be litty. I had to be litty to spend this price. Like, 'cause I'm like, "Yo, y'all know me. You know I don't pay for this, pay for that." It was a vibe, and I was like, ever since then, that was it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably not until my second year of college. Everybody smoked around me. My best friend was afraid to tell me that she smoked.
Oh,
I used
wow.
to hate weed. Oh my god, the smell! Like that
Really?
shit used to blow my mind. And then a drug dealer asked me to smoke, and I was like, "All right."
Oh, that's the turning
The
point.
rest was history. I never stopped smoking since.
That's
So-
crazy.
So do you still hate the smell? Are you used to it?
No, now when I smell that shit, it's like, oh, that's some good shit. I'm ready to smoke. Like, what you smoking on? But, yeah, that's how it was in the beginning.
Okay. Like, well, I know, but I just would like to inform everybody else. So you guys very knowledgeable on cannabis itself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually did a little bit more studying because I wanted to make sure I come with some facts.
Okay.
You know, I got like a whole set of notes and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just a stoner. I just smoke.
Okay. I mean, ain't nothing wrong
right,
with that.
right.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
So, starting off, why do you guys think cannabis should be legalized in New York?
That's a
at
fact.
least?
I mean, it's the benefits. Like, I mean, personally for me, like I suffer from anxiety. I'm not good around people. So when I smoke, I feel more friendly. I feel more open. Like I could be more social. And since I've been smoking, like I felt like I've been more social. So, I mean, I think other people will benefit from that as well.
That's dope.
Yeah, I have multiple reasons on. I have multiple reasons on why it shouldn't have been illegal in the first place, and the legal, like where it's going at now. Not only the health benefits of it, there's major health benefits, but I think on an awakening benefit, where it brings people to a new level. And that for me is the biggest changer. Right. That is the biggest changer. Like, I'm from New York originally, but I just left Cali, and I was living out in Cali for damn near 4 years. So
Nice. What part?
I was living in LA.
Oh,
Yeah, living in LA. And I was lit every day. I bet. I was lit every day.
I bet.
So for me, the legalization coming over here, you notice the vibes and change in energy. Like, I lived in Detroit. I done driven across America 4 times, back and forth.
Oh, wow.
And I've noticed the difference when you move further west. It's a change in energy.
It's so much more chill, and like relaxed.
So when I first came back to New York was aggressive for me.
Right.
Like when I first came back, I was like, yo, why is it so aggressive? Like I was feeling every energy. And I'm like, bro, now I'm a little used to New York and I like it. I enjoy it. Right. And you can find those spots. You can find your pockets. And I think it's something that's needed for the city. If the city keeps its momentum going, right? Like if you could keep that momentum of New York of like grinding and hustling, but still be chill, and we could like work together. It ain't like, yo, I gotta go out for you, doggy. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It ain't like that 90s New York. It's this new New York where we're vibing together, and it's like, yo, that's enlightenment. We're about to hit this new level.
No, I definitely agree with that because I lived out in South Dakota for my college years, and everybody's all nice out there, and the vibes are so different.
For sure.
And you can relate too. You from Denver.
From Colorado.
And
look at that. Why'd you come back to New York?
I moved back for acting and modeling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay. Can't be mad.
Right. You make that money.
Right.
Yeah, like when I came back here, it's like everybody's all angry out here, man. It's like you can't even say hi to nobody.
Yeah.
Without them thinking like, oh, he's trying to hit on me. Like, no, I'm just trying to.
I'm saying what up. You know what I'm saying? We humans in the street.
You can't look at nobody. You can't be like, you can't smile. Nothing. It's like, damn.
Yeah, I think when you smoke, that kind of gets you out of your head, you know? So it's like you're able to connect to people more because you're not just thinking one side. It's more of like a broad perspective.
For sure.
So boy Barry in the building.
Welcome in.
I think that there's another part of it too. I think there's a part that we haven't been exposed to without cannabis. Right, and I think most people don't even know about the cannabinoid system in their body. Like naturally, you have a cannabinoid system in your body.
It's like in your brain, isn't it, or something?
Oh, it's just like any other system. There's like over 7 systems in your body, and they're finding now through studies that it's one of the most important systems because of the receptors. So how you receive, right, and that goes towards healthcare, mental health care, and physical health care. That plays a role in cancer and all that. That was a big change for me. That was a big change to see the benefits to not only like defeat disease with cannabis, right, but then like have the enlightenment at the same time. And that's what I think we're heading towards. I don't think we're going to move away from it. I don't think we are going to move. I think we're heading towards this major point of enlightenment on top of just like physical health, because your body is a system that could repair itself.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? So once people activate the cannabinoid system, it's like, all right, now you know how to heal yourself.
Your body takes it naturally.
Cool.
Sure.
And it's going to be parallels of that. So you healed yourself physically, you're going to start to heal yourself mentally, right? Sure. You won't have that in the street when you see somebody, oh, it's dangerous. It's like, nah, this is another person like me. What up, bro?
Nah,
exactly. Can't wait for that day to be a
thing. I think that's why all stoners get along. Like, if you ever met another stoner, it's like instant connection.
Yeah,
like, know each other. Look, we met the other day and we like best friends.
we chilled the whole day. We chilled the whole day.
We were walking around getting pizza, smoking again. Like,
see?
Chilling by the water.
Right.
Also, you a Libra, though. You're a Libra.
Shout out to Libra.
We just work everywhere. We got the best vibes.
Your birthday?
October 16th.
Oh, you are October Libra.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean,
That's supposed to mean. Wait, you not an
of
October Libra?
I'm an October Libra, yeah.
Like my niece and my nephew, we all September Libras. So
yo, we vibe though.
We all nice. Like also Libra now. We can't separate.
We can't have that segregation.
I mean, we're trying to segregate us.
No, my fault. I thought we had a closer connection.
Yeah.
October
just a few days away.
I mean, Libra's a Libra, right?
No, we balance out the world. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, before I got here, I was like, how high is this conversation going? Yeah, I need to know. I was trying to prepare for it.
I mean, we
just getting started.
Super, I'm saying.
Right.
So with the legalization of marijuana and the government stepping in, how do y'all think that's gonna like affect everything?
Shout out
Because
to
you know you
government.
don't really want big government inside of the marijuana industry, like controlling it, because they are the government and they'll have the best of the best stuff, and they'll also have that full control in a way. Like, how do you guys feel about that?
So I would say towards the government getting involved in it is, I don't think they figured out how to tax it properly and how they can control how people are going to grow it. So like in Michigan, it's legal. You can grow up to like 12 plants in your house. I think 7 to 12 plants.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you can grow like 7 to 12 plants in your house. It's legal there. You can't be out in a public street and smoke it, but you can still smoke it. When I look at what the government was trying to do, they were trying to make synthetic weed. I think that's where it becomes a problem when you're trying to make synthetic weed.
Like the K2?
Yeah, the K2.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Right. Like I seen a picture of that joint. It didn't even look like weed. I'm like, bro, what is this? And this is like, this is government weed, right?
Shit was oregano.
They call it spice.
So
They call it spike some places.
Spice.
Damn.
I feel the only difference is going to be the difference in price.
Okay.
That's the only difference. Like I'm even noticing now in California, it just officially became legal in 2018. Right? So before you can be in California and smoke weed if you had a medical license.
And that was so easy to get.
It was super easy to get. You could go on the boardwalk.
That's
Ain't might
a
have been the
fact.
walk. Ain't might have been the walk.
I heard about it, though.
from that.
I heard about it.
You know?
I was gonna say, we're not too far from that because I just passed a spot maybe a few days ago, and you could go inside and sign up to get medical marijuana.
Yeah, you can get your medical card.
Yeah.
Where, LA?
No,
No, in
yeah.
the city.
Oh, word?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
$250, I think.
Yeah,
Like the
they'll
starting.
250.
they'll like Skype you in with a doctor.
What about if you got
Yeah.
Medicaid
Doctor,
or something?
Yeah.
It,
No.
It goes
I
off of
tried.
straight cash.
Oh, yeah, I know somebody tried it.
I tried no full insurance because I was in an accident and I'm like trying to get it and stuff like that. And yeah, now you got to pay out of
Man, just
pocket.
continue breaking the law.
You could.
No, it's a fact.
You know what I found out in business class? It's against the law to have sex before you get married. So a lot
There's
of
a
people
lot of
breaking the
things
law.
that are against the law.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. They need to redo the law 2019 version.
Right.
Yo, the law is it's a way to control things. But when you start to learn the law, all you gotta do is learn the law, and you learn how to move around the
The
law.
loopholes.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
That's
would
what
say
they
that
did.
towards cannabis, right? Like in DC, how people get cannabis through. You could walk around with an ounce. I think
That's a
1 to
fact.
2 ounces.
That's how you get
right?
in Colorado too.
You can donate it. I can donate it. So what people do is they sell items and then they donate the marijuana. And that's how it works. So like it's completely legal through donation.
Right.
Because I'm gifting it to my friend. There's
Oh,
no
that's
charge
dope.
on it. You can do the same in LA. In LA, you can do an ounce. So I can just go to my friend like, yo, here you go.
Right.
Right? So I could, let me sell you a t-shirt. Yo, let me just give you this gift though. Like if I want to keep it straight legal, if I want to keep it
Right.
straight legal.
T-shirt costs $200.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you got your prices wrong. You got your prices super wrong.
I got my prices right.
No, LA prices ain't the same. Colorado, I could get probably an ounce for like $85.
We're not selling. I was selling T-shirts.
I could get a T-shirt for
You about to
$85.
get people locked up.
I get an $85 T-shirt.
Nah, you know who's buying the $200 t-shirt? The person
A New Yorker.
who's never been to California and who
Exactly.
doesn't know what weed costs in
Exactly.
California.
Exactly.
And I've seen it and I've heard it.
So I went to California, got this T-shirt.
$200. I went to California, came back with this T-shirt.
I got mad t-shirts, bro. I got mad t-shirts.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what do y'all think of those?
Oh,
That's lethal.
All right.
So what do y'all think?
oh,
We got a
Oh,
caller.
we got a caller.
Oh, wow.
Caller,
Okay.
are you there?
Yo, what's up, what's up?
What's up?
What's going on?
Hello.
What's your name? State your name.
OTR, shouting out. It's OTR in the building.
Oh,
OTR, what up, OTR?
That's good.
What is it? On the road to riches, right?
That's a fact.
That's what's up.
Hey.
Let's go.
Just want to shout out to the person that got in the building tonight.
Okay. You know their name?
Keep doing your thing.
All right. And we
appreciate you,
bro.
bro.
Yeah,
Appreciate
for real,
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
That's love.
And you doing your thing too.
Word.
Facts.
Fact, keep doing your thing.
Keep
young
on
boy.
grinding, bro.
Facts.
All right, yo, I'm out.
All right,
Appreciate
yo. Holla,
you.
man.
Appreciate you.
OTR.
Right.
Y'all getting love. That's what's up.
Yo, that's
So,
real.
like, we talked a lot about cannabis. Let's get into. I don't know if y'all got into you guys' backgrounds.
We just started talking about cannabis.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get to y'all background and get back to cannabis because that's
All right,
what
cool, cool.
that's what brought us all here.
Yeah.
Right.
So either one of y'all want to start?
All right, cool. I'll start with my background. It's weird, right? Because like you on this plane and people do like, yo, what you do, right? Because they want to put you in a box. Like, what you do? It's like, yo, I'm a human being on this earth. You know? I'm just like, I'm vibing. You know,
what do you like?
Like, what do you do? And it's like, I'm a creative, and I feel like as a creative, there's no stoppage of what you can do as a creative. Because once you know you're creative, you can do
anything.
You can create anything.
Right.
You know the game. You know the system, right?
Mm-hmm.
From a professional level, what I define myself as is a designer and an artist. And the reason why I say artist and designer, shout out to Art and Design, that was my high school that I went to. There is a distinct difference. I find as an artist, you can make something. It could be whatever you want it to be because you're an artist. You can create anything. You can talk about anything, and it's art. When you're designing for something specific. You have a goal in mind, and you're executing towards that goal.
Right.
So I usually separate the two. And as a designer, I've been working in corporate America for a while now. So I've like done some major brands. I've done everything from national to international campaigns.
Okay.
I've done websites, apps. Thank you. I've been extremely blessed to like do these things within my life. And the last role I had, I was doing user experience strategy. So doing user experience strategy, specializing in storytelling and design. And I'm doing this for like a major organization. This is like a Fortune 6 company, you know what I'm saying? Well, Fortune 10. So like
I never heard of that.
to make it to that level, you know.
That's elite.
I only heard of Fortune 500.
You know, elite. Yeah, when you make
start getting to 10, that's like 500.
490 of them joints. Where they go?
I keep my like story. People know me as Storyboard Dee, like that know me like socially, but like I got like my professional name and all that stuff that I do. I usually keep them separate because there's a few reasons for it. You know, you got to be smart about how you move in business, especially when things aren't legal.
Right.
Also, they're just different identities for the things that I do. So from a business perspective, especially when you're working in corporate America, you got to be careful how you move, especially in today's age. I think a lot of people don't realize that. They post everything. There's no idea of being private. It's like, no, you got to be private because I seen so many people get caught up. And they're like, yo, look at their gram right now. They said they was sick. Check them out. You know what I'm saying? And they be your own people.
I got caught in that a few times.
Yeah. So just from a design level, I've done everything from websites to applications to doing strategies for organizations. User experience is it, and I wrote a little paragraph around what I want to do next. My next level is to do user experience for the cannabis industry. Okay. Coming from branding, advertising, user experience, I feel there's a lot of people that come to this game and they don't know the game at all. And I like to guide people because I feel like there's a science to this. I like to break it down to a science. So if you could break down the best user experience, that's going to be the team that wins. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? You're going to trust that company because they're guiding you towards how to use the product, right? So that's where I'm at on a professional level.
Okay.
That's dope.
I saw one of your experiences was with the Detroit Lions. How was that?
Yo, all right. So real quick, that was really wild. I lived in Detroit for a little over 3 years. Shout out to Detroit. I love Detroit. It's an amazing city. Yo, everybody talk about 8 Mile. Yo, y'all need to learn about 7 and 6 Mile.
7 Mile's crazy.
7 Mile and 6 Mile, get a little more.
You only know about 8 Mile because of Eminem. You know.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, 8 Mile is cool, but we can get down to 6 Miles. A little different. You know what I'm saying? You got the east side, west side, but Detroit is such a dope city, and there's so much love there. Yeah. There's so much love there, and I think people should just learn about the city and invest into that city.
Motor City.
There's a lot from a political standpoint that's taking place. But during my time there, I worked for an agency called Campbell Ewald that was out in Warren, Michigan, which was one time voted the most depressing city in America.
Wow.
You know, because a lot of people, I don't think they know the history of America and the big three, the automobile companies there in Detroit. Like, that drove the American industry.
The Motor City.
Right? So I was fortunate enough to work for this agency straight out of college. And I moved up quick in rank. And we moved downtown, and we were actually in Ford Field. Oh, wow. So while working in Ford Field as an office, one of the deals is we got to work with the Detroit Lions. And, you know, I don't know if y'all know corporate America, but ain't that many like it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
What Jay-Z said, the higher you get, the less you see.
And it's facts. It's facts. The higher you go, it is the less you see. So, I was fortunate enough to work on a social project. You know, I sat in a meeting, and most of the time when you're in these meetings, you're hearing these ideas. And if you're a younger person who knows the technology, you're just like, yo, that ain't going to work. Right. But this is what's going to work. So I did this social project where we took all the fans' photos and we posted it up during the game. So everybody like did this hashtag, came up during the game in stadium. And there was there was a whole anthem. It was called the One Pride campaign. It was a big campaign. It made a ton of money for Nike because Nike ended up like using that campaign to sell T-shirts. So
Yeah,
so it was a crazy
dope.
campaign. It was one that like really rallied the city, right? Because it was saying like, yo, we won Pride as a city. You know, people say that we out, but yo, we in this, and that was a strong year because they had Megatron. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about like that Megatron that really killed the game. You know what I'm saying? So it was a solid team. I was super fortunate to be like an art director on that, and like this.
So Nike owe you a check. What you saying?
Yo, I feel like Nike owe me so much more. We're not good.
Hold on, we got a caller on the line. Let's get to the caller real quick.
Yo, what's good?
What up? What up?
Welcome in.
What's good? Y'all already know who it is, man. Uncle Les, all the way from Syracuse. You know what I'm saying?
Holding it down up top,
upstate.
I'm loving the content today. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about going to California and getting me a T-shirt.
Do it.
Bring me one back.
Yo, they got tickets. They got
I
tickets
got
to
you.
Colorado for $400 for 4 days.
Listen,
4 days?
4
Oregon
days.
said they got so much weed and not enough people to sell it to.
And that's where we headed.
Nah, let's
Live
go.
at 9. Maybe all. Let's go on. We got a jet.
They got so much. They made so much profit from weed. They had to give it back to the city and give it back to the people.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think a lot of people don't realize that. Like, there's so much profit in this. This to me, this is North America's great gold rush.
It is.
It is.
That's
And
what it is.
You get in now, you might
Right.
get a piece of that pie.
Yeah.
You know
We
what I'm
talking
saying?
32 billion
Billion.
by 2022.
Yup.
I want my own weed. That's what I
Yeah.
want. I'm gonna
That's
feel
a goal.
accomplished. That's
That's
what
a
I'm
goal.
saying. You
Yeah.
just walk in, you just pick
Wiz.
you off some berries.
Right.
And
then-
Don't Snoop is like that, no?
Snoop got- a lot of people
Yeah.
got their
Wiz,
brand. Wiz. Got the
Warren
KK.
G, I think.
Tyler
I
the
think it's
Creator,
Warren G.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
that.
Khalifa
And Tyler
Kush.
don't even smoke, I don't think.
Yo,
He's a weirdo.
yeah. A lot of people got
I
weed.
mean, he make it No, I'm not saying he weird for not smoking.
No. I'm saying like, who
Yeah.
knows if he does? I don't know.
Nah,
I don't know if
he
he does.
says he's sober. Like,
Oh, really?
He makes all them crazy rhymes off the
rip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
He's done a lot though.
Yeah.
That boy's done a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure he's done a
Oh,
whole
boy.
lot of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout
a
out
fact.
to entrepreneurs in this field. I'm seeing a lot of people like what is it that we follow? The Can Exclusive?
Oh, Can Inclusive, yeah.
Can Inclusive. I'll follow them and they post like a lot of like I see a lot of African American women are like really big in this
They say grandmas are too. Like in the industry, yeah. Like grandmas are really the ones out there growing.
They
and
probably was the ones from years saying,
It makes sense.
All right,
Shout out all the
They
grandmothers
got the
in
green
the
thumb. That's where
Right.
the green thumb come from. You know?
Yeah, that's a fact.
They're the one playing though. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like, shut up. I was gonna say something real.
All right, would you like to tell us your background?
Yeah, I mean, it's small. Like, I worked a lot with animals, so I've always been in, like, dog industries, just in and out of, like, doggy daycares. I work privately for people, pet sitting. Yeah, now I'm, like, really trying to branch off, learning more about cannabis, learning more about, like, the industry part of it, trying to get behind the scenes and just advocate it more, because I know from a personal use, like, it helped me be more social, be more active, be more open with people. So I know that it's beneficial. Like, I've seen it for myself and worked on me. So I
You
would
like working with pets, or is it just like a thing?
Nah,
you was
I love
doing?
animals. Like,
Okay.
I love any kind of animals. Don't matter. Like, growing up,
Raccoons and stuff too.
listen, you give it to me,
Animals.
I can play with it. Like, I don't mind. Like, growing up, my dad used to have, like, mountain lions. And,
Wait, what?
Yeah, like, I got a picture.
Nah.
I legitimately showed
This is
y'all.
in New York. Live and non-exclusive.
Yeah.
A mountain lion.
Listen, I don't know what they
Were
were
you
doing.
living in Harlem on
I was
142nd?
no, I was in.
Cause there was a guy that had a lion head.
I saw that. Nah, but that nigga had a full grown shit. I'm talking about like a
Yeah.
cub. I'm talking about like
Okay,
a cub.
okay,
Like, I don't know if his friend used to just like hold him and send them out to another country when needed.
Oh, wow.
But I got to like play with a lot of different animals just being at home. You know, like
That's dope.
You lived in New York.
I lived in New York.
All right.
That is
You got like a zoo in your apartment.
super fire.
Like my friends growing up used to say my house was a zoo. Like we had piranhas, we had stingrays, we had
dope.
like
Piranhas?
yeah.
Yo, how big was your spot to
I
have
mean-
piranhas?
You lived at
They
an
were
aquarium.
Talk about exotic animals.
it was broken up in portions.
Crazy.
But yeah, like my house was known as like the zoo. Like if you wanted to go somewhere and see animals, you would come to my house.
Was it expensive paying for like all that food though?
You have to ask my dad. Like honestly, it was
feeding
more
people.
like right. It was like working. Like he had us on a shift. Like each person took an animal. That's the one you was gonna stay with.
That's dope.
I used to work with my ferrets a lot, but they
I like
stunk.
ferrets. I want a
yeah,
ferret.
they stink so
Really?
bad. Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I mean,
would
yeah,
not
they got
wanna-
cologne, they got perfume for them. You can take them a bath, that's fine, but
Word.
they smell like piss.
Oh, it's okay. It's gonna be bathing all day.
Yeah.
Right next to me, a little ferret.
Yeah. Nah,
Would you
they
rather get
cool.
a dog or a
But no,
cat?
you
I can get a dog, a cat,
actually,
and a ferret. What's
is
good?
not as a ferret is like a cat
Right?
though.
I
A ferret
believe
you
it.
can potty
Independent,
train
right?
them. Yeah, you can potty train them. Treat
no
them just like a
ferret.
cat.
See?
You can even treat them like a
Ain't
dog.
a
Play
ferret
fetch.
legal?
No. They have like tags on them. So if they have like a green tag, I believe in their ear, it means it's spay or neutered. So that means you can't mate them. So they make it legal. I think you can't mate them because then there'll be like rats and like cats out in the street just roaming. Because,
Oh, that'd be wild.
and
Wait,
remember, they
ferrets
don't got
make
like no
rats?
backbones. No, like a ferret. They don't have
ferret.
bones. Like so they can fit anywhere. Like they can just
Oh, nah.
as long
Could
as
you
they head can
imagine?
go in, they can just go straight
That'd be
through.
fire.
You want that in your house?
I would be okay with that.
Alright.
Oh, ferret! And running, grabbing them.
Right. I kept mine in a cage for a little, let him out during the day, kept him in a
Word.
cage. It was cool.
And then they're nocturnal animals as well, so
Right.
you got to trick their brain into thinking that it's like
It wasn't
dark.
that hard. I just
Nah,
like
just put
just
the
buy
sheet
them
over
right, or buy them like toys and stuff to keep them occupied
Nice.
and get them tied. But
Word. I want a ferret. I wanted a ferret for the longest. I'm
nah, I
jealous.
got one.
Mad jealous.
I had like 4 or 5 over the time, like
That's
just
dope.
randomly. Yeah, they're cool. They're
Word.
cool. They, other than the part they stink, they're really dope.
They
Like they're
like
sweet.
that.
Yeah.
People stink.
Right.
Babies stink.
Yo, for real. You have babies. That baby dumpster.
the
That
whole
baby dumpster don't be
See?
doing, yo.
Right.
Like that's facts. Yo, real quick though, what about that CBD for animals?
I was just
thinking
thinking about
that.
that.
Ask that. That's crazy.
I mean, I've never tried it on an animal, but I know we were talking
have.
about that the other day, right? You gave it to
What
your
was
dog,
that?
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. First of all, no one should buy CBD treats for their animals. And I'm gonna
There's
tell
a
you,
store like on 50 something street. I walked past it and it was like, yeah, CBD for dogs.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. You don't need to do that because you can buy the CBD oil yourself and put it into their favorite treat versus buying a treat that they don't like
That
and trying
makes
to
more
force
sense.
feed them, feed
Okay.
it to them.
Right.
So what I ended up doing was I had to wrap it. Like my dog loves salami. So like when I first gave him the treat, he smells it. And he's like, nah, I don't want that. But I was like, bro, you too anxious. I
Right.
could tell. So what I did is I wrapped it in some salami. I gave it to him and he loved it. Like he was like fiending for it. So then I could just like throw it to him naturally. He was mad chill that day. Like my dog is a chill dog.
Right.
If I take my dog out, I have him off the leash. We walk around. He's a service dog, so he's super,
that's
super,
dope.
super,
That's what's
super
up.
chill. And I think it's very valuable to have CBD products. Like I advocate more for CBD than anything else.
I wish I would have known this like a couple of years back because I used to work for this guy who had a dog, and his dog would like nonstop bark like crazy,
Bless you.
and he was using like these citronella collars. I don't know if you ever heard of them, but like
What's
when a
that?
dog
The
barks, they're like it's a no. They have electrocute ones, but this one was spray like an air freshener kind of spray to the face. And it winded up causing his dog over time to have respiratory problems. So now he had to get some hydrocodone to, for his dog. So you know how much he's paying for that. You know, that's expensive. And you just giving it to a dog, And it was like nothing worked
it's
to
for
stop
the
the dog
dog.
barking.
That sounds terrible.
No, let's measure down.
Double cup.
Sprite, Jolly Rancher, slice, we lit.
Nah, it was like I wish I would have known that now because that probably would have worked like to help them relax or chill, when there was
sure.
nobody out there because he would pay somebody, like he was rich, so he would pay somebody to be there 24/7.
Oh,
pretty much.
what?
Like I worked there full time as far as like
Oh, wow.
a 9 to
What
5
they
job. Yeah, I would go in the
Somebody's
morning. He didn't like he'll have a house cleaner, so I didn't even have to clean.
Oh.
I just sit there and play with the dogs all day.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah.
I need that.
yeah.
need
It was
that.
dope.
You found us on Indeed.
Where you find
Nah,
this
I was working at a pet shop and he wanted me to come to his house on the weekends to watch the dogs, but I don't work on weekends. So so he was like, nah, come full time during the weekend, we'll X the company out. I just want to hire you straight. And he had his own company, so he put me on the payroll for his company, and it was just like,
That's
fuck
fire.
it.
Dope.
Yeah.
I need that.
Mhm. It was cool.
word,
I go to
word.
work super smack. Nobody know the dogs
Yo.
don't care.
Dogs are
No,
with it.
the dogs be with you though.
No.
You ever be super smack and have a conversation with a dog? You look them dead in the eyes, like, bro.
My cat was like, my cat can see into my
Yo,
soul.
that's my soul.
Nah, like she was like if I was in a room with a whole bunch of people, she hated people, so she would sit on the bed with her back turned, but would be a part of the site. Like she had to be there for the site, but wouldn't fuck with anybody, but just had to be there for the site.
Y'all ever got y'all pets high?
Yeah, all the time.
Oh, damn.
If she's in my room, she's smoking with me. I mean, she's getting contact high. Right?
Do you think it's bad for them, or you think it's not really do much?
I think if you're like maybe blowing it in their face, that might
So
be chill with it.
I have a boy who has a crazy aggressive pit bull. Like his pit bull is mad aggressive.
Word.
My dog is chill with everybody in the neighborhood except for this one dog. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I know his
How you
vibe
don't
is
smoke.
bad. Off, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause my dog is like, he don't care who you are. You're like, yo, he's chill.
Right.
But this one dog gets him activated, and I told my boy, he's like, nah, I smoke with my dog because he's too hyper.
Right.
And he's like, yo, I smoke, just throw a little in his face, and he be chilling.
Mm.
I'm more for the CBD
For
approach.
dogs, yeah.
You know, I don't think the THC approach is really it because then that dog, you don't know where that dog gonna be going.
I
with
mean,
THC,
listen,
you know what
my
I'm saying?
dog just had puppies a few months ago, and when she was giving birth, she didn't want to push. Like, she was having trouble. She was in so much pain. She was ripping the box. So, you know, just sat in there. I was like, I'm going to smoke this joint. What? Yo, the minute I finished, the first puppy came right out. She needed it.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
needed it. She was like, yo, I need to get high. Like, somebody light me up. This pain is real.
I need it.
That was crazy.
Okay.
So yeah, so how do you see the world going forward if this actually, if we was legal, like right now today, like what would you think?
Once again, gold rush to North America. So I've been to other parts of Asia. Like
Asia's scary with
Asia's scary with marijuana. Now, let me cover my face real quick. I was in a certain Asian country where it was not legal, and no lie, it was the schemiest thing
that. I bet.
to like just smoke over there. There's people that smoke there.
Of course.
They do, but it's so illegal that you can die. Like
Wow.
in Indonesia,
It's like-
they execute people,
Sheesh.
right?
Wow.
And people
Yeah,
that go
bro.
there as tourists that smoke end up getting executed. Like there was these Australians that went over there and they got executed.
You said Indonesia, right? That's a place.
Like
I
it's
went.
real.
Word.
Like it's very real. So, and you got to think about the country itself too. Like when you look at North America, Canada is 90% Greenland. You have 90% Greenland. So it's like when you think about this, that gold rush from just growing out there, and then you have America with what just our climate alone. Our climate alone is built for this,
Right.
and the hydroponics we do indoors.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's incredible. Like when I went to Amsterdam and smoked their weed, I was like, yo, this is weak as fuck. Like, I'm in the apartment, like, this is
Right.
weak. This is weak.
Right.
This is super weak. I went back to Cali, like, bro, I am blown right now. It was just different, right? And
You
that's
think
because
Cali had the best, like, out of all the places you've been to?
I think I would be biased to say Cali just because I lived in Cali.
You live in New York now too. You know they got places you could get it here.
I know, but you know
But it's not
what?
the same.
Upstate
It's not-
New York is the best. Like when I went to college, the weed out there, I could never find weed like that in the city now. Or maybe
What
I
college
was
you went
just,
to?
I went to TC3.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they had like the best weed. I don't know if it was because like the area we was coming from all over, but like
Yo, you been to Cali?
no.
Yo, come to Cali.
Yeah, my
Change
thing is
your
if I
whole
go to
mind.
Cali, I'm
You-
not coming back
You're not
home.
leaving.
I'm not coming
You're
back.
not leaving.
No,
You go
I'm
to
not leaving.
Cali, Colorado, Oregon. It's a
Right.
wrap.
See, Oregon, I know that they got a shortage of people that smoke, so
That's
that's
what I'm
that.
saying.
But then they kind of racist over there, so I don't know.
I mean, they-
Yeah, they
No,
racist
no.
everywhere.
They
Right,
racist
right.
everywhere.
We had that
They
conversation
racist-
the other
they
day.
racist
Really,
everywhere.
you can't really hold yourself back. From
Right,
those,
right.
you know?
And the other part is, I don't think we think about Mexico in the mix, right? So you got Mexico, North America, America itself, and Canada. Everyone's going to flock over here. This is going to be the greatest export just from the government itself. It's going to be the greatest export to move out plants and bring in revenue. They're seeing it as that. They know that. I spoke, so I was very fortunate to be in Vegas at the time I was in Vegas and just know some people. And I chilled with, like, the real billionaires boys club. Like, when I say the real, I mean these kids is billionaires. These kids is real billionaires. Their parents own these major companies, and some of them even own tobacco companies. And I was talking to this one cat, and he's like, yo, man, this is how he said. He said what his country accent too. He's like, hey, man, look, we just gonna take our tobacco farms and we just gonna make the marijuana farms, bro. That was it. That was it. So it's that simple for these brands to get in. I don't know if y'all saw that CVS is about to just start selling CBD.
Yeah.
Right. That's major.
Carl's
Right.
Jr. is doing the CBD burger
They're doing
in
CBD.
Colorado.
And that's
Yeah,
going to be
for
what their
420.
brand, right? The
Right.
CBS brand.
Yeah.
They're having their own brand. Okay.
So when you think about that, like CBD is the entryway, right?
Right, right.
Because there's no psychoactive. It's cool. We're gonna get people in through CBD, and
Right.
we'll start to ease the nation in
Slowly.
that way, right?
Mhm.
It's a plan. Everything's always a plan. Once that THC and recreational goes through, watch. You're gonna see McDonald's. You're gonna see Nike
Yeah.
branded. You're gonna see all
course,
these
everybody.
brands. Bathing Ape is gonna have their own weed.
Probably.
I mean, yeah, like I was
Designer.
watching a video
You know what I'm
today
saying? Designer, of
where
course.
there was like even like spots that you can open up. You could do a CDB massage clinic. You can do you know, dieting clinic. Whatever you want. Like the lane is completely open at this moment because
course.
there's not that many people doing it. So it's just finding what path fits you and then just taking that path down and following it through.
That's a fact.
Now, once it gets legal in New York, would it be better to grow it upstate because there's so much like air pollution in the city? What do you guys think?
You could grow it in the closet, bro.
I was gonna say, don't they have like these
but-
little fridge? I believe
They have like the little fridge.
yeah, like
you
a little
could grow it
fridge
in
where
there.
it like tempers it. Now, if you're talking about whether it's homegrown, like
Like
in
having
the
like a
house,
farm or
or
something.
having a
yeah.
farm and outside getting natural air, I wouldn't know.
So that's why I get nervous. This
That's
is why I
what
get
I'm
nervous.
saying.
I get nervous not because there's vegetables that are grown. I worked in a garden right
You
there
can grow right in the city.
right?
Right.
A lot of people get local vegetables and they don't realize it's from like Bushwick. It's from the area. It's from like,
Right.
and this is not the best city for air. But you have Vermont, right? You have Boston. You have the places out there that you can go to and grow and import it to the city. Now, when I think about Amsterdam basically has a rule where it's illegal to have so much in your coffee shop. You can't have a certain amount of marijuana within your coffee shop. So what they do is they have travelers. And the travelers bring the marijuana as it's ordered. That's how they supposedly do it. And I have to do air quotes because realistically,
Who
if
knows,
ain't nobody's
right,
enforcing
right.
it, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, we're just going to keep it upstairs.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel that it's going to be dangerous for farmers moving forward. The game is not built for farmers. I don't think it's built
No?
for farmers at all. No, because
Really?
They're gonna make more money if they could find a way to make it without the farm.
Right.
and the other part is we can't forget Monsanto. I don't mean to get into that, but it's very true.
What is that? If you want to get brief into
So
it?
like Monsanto is a IP seed. It's a IP pollen, right? So Monsanto, like in sense of farms, they clean seeds, right? They basically shut down all the seed cleaning machines. So if Monsanto pollen falls on your land, they
It's a
could say
wrap,
this
this
is our
is ours,
property
yeah.
because this is basically our technology that we created on your land.
Oh, wow.
Right? So if you have a Monsanto seed or pollen that lands onto your flower base, they could basically come and say, like, we own this, right? And how can you stop pollen from floating? How can you stop seeds from just dropping in?
Right.
So I think that's the part where it gets a little dangerous. And I don't think it's a game that's built for farmers. Right, like you have the lands within Iowa. You have all these places across Middle America that can grow it. There's no doubt about it. You can grow it throughout the year. I think it's who's going to own it, right? It's going to become a conglomerate, and that's what it's going to come down to.
The farmers
So
are going to get bought out.
That's what
Right.
it comes down to. It's gonna be how the chicken industry is, right? Tyson Chicken owns 90% of the industry, 90%. So yeah, you get farmers into the game, but Tyson Chicken owns it.
Right.
And they set up their standards on how you're going to produce it. And that's kind of my fear
It's
when it comes to
controlled.
growing. And then there's difference when you do outdoor based plant growing and you do indoor hydroponics. Like there's a major difference on what you're going to grow. And we haven't even gotten to like dabs and shatters and all this other stuff, right? Like that's a whole new world.
Right.
We just talking about flowers. So I think there's a lot to think about also on how you like basically take it in. Right. So that's one of my concerns moving forward, and I don't even know how that's gonna be addressed because there's so many different rules state to state.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too.
Yeah, they need to do a federal legalization.
But I think
of it.
in Mississippi
I
think
or
that's
somewhere it's
everywhere.
still straight up
What?
illegal. Like
The whole country?
You don't think the whole country will legalize?
It's gonna be a
weed?
while
Like,
before
we
that
can't even
happens.
all agree on one thing.
It will be a while, but it will happen.
Nah.
It will happen
I
in
don't know
our
if I
lifetime.
don't know if we'll be alive for that.
I think
I
it
mean,
will.
what states
it
do
will.
you think
It took them a
wouldn't
while
be
to agree that
legalized?
slavery was wrong.
You say you don't think it will all be legalized,
Some
right?
people still don't agree.
Yeah,
Not
maybe
in
that's
our
like,
lifetime.
you know what?
Okay, I was gonna say, what states do you think won't? Like, what states you think are gonna hold back?
Them redneck countries like South Dakota,
Countries?
Wyoming, like
The redneck country.
states.
Oh my goddamn!
Like Alabama, like those.
Yeah.
Alabama's working to legalize it right now,
Now, there's some
Yo,
people that's
it-
in jail for a long time just for weed.
and they will get them all
That's-
off as soon as
I
we
was gonna say
become
that's
legal.
another thing, right?
Well,
Let's
nah,
see
see
what
that's
they
not.
count now.
That's
But
not,
right,
that's
I mean,
not
you're
necessarily
gonna, I'm gonna
true.
get off. Okay, the person's gonna get off,
Gotta
but
have the
look
right
how
lawyer.
much of their life they wasted in just for that.
This is also true.
So let's say we take the nation's statistics. They say 13% of Americans are African Americans, but they find that the most charges come from Hispanics and African Americans, right? That's how it's broken down. Now, I love California because California makes it very clear when there's any rules or any change in law because it's for the people, right? In California, I really feel that way. New York is definitely a state for the people as well, but there are also certain rules. I don't think everybody's case here in New York has gotten turned over, right?
Right.
California instantly said, nope, we're reverting everyone's case. Like, if you did marijuana, it's expunged at this point, right? It
Right.
was clear. It was all over the news. I don't think every state's going to be quick to do that.
I think so. I think if they
Nah.
legalize
That's a lot
it,
of money.
Nah,
They're losing
bruh.
too.
Colorado did it. Oregon did
Colorado-
it. Every state that
How much
legalized
money
it
New
did
York
it.
give off for locking people up.
But
and-
every state that legalized it did it.
I don't see that happening in New York anytime.
But every single state that legalized marijuana went back and reversed all the other cases.
I mean, you kind of have to because that's like, I mean.
Well, what kind of?
Unfair.
Well, what kind of like what is it called? Reparations do you give people like if they was locked up?
You expunge their record.
But that's not. You need more than that. Like,
Nah, see, you saying you need more than that, but somebody who's been in prison or been in jail, you like
the fact
free.
that I
yo,
get
you
out.
free, bro. So take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but you're not gonna be tight that you was in. Let's say you got
Of
locked up
course
for
I'm gonna
3
be tight.
ounces, and there's people that's legally selling ounces right now.
Right.
But that was then.
That-
This is now.
Somebody could say the law wasn't that at the time.
I mean, I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
you knew you was breaking the law when you
Exactly.
was doing it, but like, I guess
You gotta own what you did.
I will say this though: anybody that waited for the government to approve weed to smoke weed, you wildin'.
That's a fact.
You wildin'.
That's a fact. You are phony.
You wildin'.
Phony.
Like,
Hey,
chill, bro.
I agree with
I
you.
don't break the
agree with
law.
you. I'm gonna wait.
Look, you ain't gotta get on the gram and expose it. I'm just saying, like, anybody here who's ever thought about smoking marijuana said, "Well, the government's gonna." No, the government don't got enough people to go after everybody.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. No, I agree. But I do personally think it will happen in our time.
No, I think it'll happen in our time as well. I'm a big believer that it'll happen in our time.
Hell, in
Yeah.
Colorado,
Wow,
they're
you know.
trying to legalize shrooms.
Is it legal in any states?
Nope. Colorado's gonna be the first.
Colorado, doing a whole
Colorado,
lot of-
yeah.
Colorado.
Yo, Colorado.
Guess
Now
everybody
put
moving
on.
over there.
Legalize psychedelics.
If all y'all-
Let's talk about. I mean, we all talking about the positive effect. Do you guys feel like there's any negative effects to cannabis?
Yeah, the hunger.
No, 'cause it depends on
It's
the
a good
person.
thing.
It depends on the person.
It depends on the person because
That's a
some
fact.
people are like either I guess bulimic or anorexic and they need that to make them want to eat. I don't know if that will help them, but
Or you're going through chemo and you can't
right.
eat 'cause
And
you're nauseous
I heard
or
even like when
nausea
people
and
are
everything.
when women are pregnant, like some women they get super nauseous in the morning or they don't have appetites and the only way they can, go through their pregnancy is by taking in some type of THC, like whether
word?
it's through tea or eating it, whatever the case is.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Right, it helps. It helps.
I'm definitely gonna
See
say
what you
there
gotta
is a full negative side of it. The full negative side is most of the time. Let me just legally say I am not authorized to endorse to talk about what cannabis is, what you should do for cannabis. Like if anything comes around, you should speak to a medical professional.
Right.
Yada yada yada, etc. We already know how to talk,
the
right? But when it comes down to it, I think we never think about like mental health and cannabis, right? Like if you have mental health and you don't realize you have mental health issues and you smoke cannabis, it could be something that takes you down a very nasty path,
Right.
which has been seen. It's been known that this happens. And there are a lot of people that have stigmas against mental health. They don't seek help and they go, oh, I'm going to go to marijuana. You don't know that's going to take you down a dark path or not,
Right.
Yeah.
right? Like I hear about all these people that say, oh, I fell asleep when I smoked, or, I went to this really weird place. Well, do you even know what you're smoking? First
Right.
of all,
That's a
do you
fact.
know what you're smoking? Do you know how much you're taking in? Do you know if you can even, some people are allergic
Right.
to marijuana. They don't even know
true.
it. I have a homie who was allergic to marijuana,
Oh,
like
word?
straight up.
What happened?
Wow.
Like what happened? What are his
Like,
symptoms if he?
He went to the hospital. I think like he couldn't breathe and all this other stuff happened. I don't think he was high. Like I think it was like a legit reaction.
Yeah.
So it's like that's a fear as well. Like you should know if you can do something or not do something. The only way to do it is to do like micro testing and things of that
Right.
nature. Once again, I'm not a professional to let you know. I'm a professional stoner, but I'm not a
There
professional.
you go.
It's funny you mention that because I had like a checkup, like you go to a yearly checkup at the doctor, and the doctor the nurse wasn't really the doctor. She was like, oh, like are you depressed or whatever? And I was like, I don't know, to be honest. Like I was like, some days like I'm just not feeling it. And I was like, some days I smoke a blunt and I feel better. So she was like, you're not depressed. And then like I'm like, well, what if I really wanted to not like? What if I really was trying to get help? Like you already dismissing me because I said like I smoke marijuana
Right.
and I'm not depressed no more. Like
Yeah.
like that doesn't mean that like it doesn't mean that I'm feel better. Like you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like that's just a stigma that we to ourselves we just already assume that we all because so many people in our culture do it. It's like we're doing it in unisex, so it's like we all feel like we're doing it for the same reasons,
Right.
but we all are doing it for the same reason. We might all have mental health issues. You know what I mean? Like,
That's why everybody's so angry.
yeah, it's like everybody's doing it. Like everybody in our generation is doing it. Then
Yeah.
it might be a more thing that
There's
like,
a deeper
yeah,
issue
not saying
there,
there's
right?
anything wrong with it, but I'm saying that let's say if we tackled the mental health issue, then we probably would have a better time being high. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, or
Right.
whatever the case may be.
You think there's any negatives?
I mean, Well, in that sense, like if I know that there's positives and negatives to like anything that you do.
Right.
That's why I'm putting out a project called Retired Junkie. It's not really so much about drugs, but just when you let something consume you to the point where you can't function without it.
Right.
I'm trying to get out of that. I've been in that predicament. I'm trying to get out of it.
I know
I'm
a bunch
trying
of people like
yeah,
that.
a lot of people are like that. It's
Yeah.
not just, you know.
But then that becomes a mind thing, you
That as
know.
well.
That's up to the person that is in taking the cannabis or in taking THC. That comes up to if you have willpower, because if you're a person that your personality is addicted to everything, of course you're gonna get addicted.
But sometimes it's like I'm trying to delve into like with me, right? Like if it's something that I like or I love, I get obsessed with it and then I'm attached to it. So it's like
You have an
when-
addictive personality.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
there you
what
go.
I'm saying. Like your personality is addicted, so you get attached to it. But like for someone that doesn't have addictive a personality, it's easy to just drop it off and say, you know what, I don't need it today.
That's
I
it.
can
That's what
smoke it
doesn't change
tomorrow.
the person who has an addictive personality, though, right? Like, I'll take me for a fact. Like, I have a crazy addictive personality, and I knew it was wild when I went from smoking only on the weekends to smoking every day to
Right.
smoking all day.
Right.
Like, literally, there was years I smoked. My boy was like, "Bro, do you even remember?" I'm like, "Look, I Instagram everything. This is how I remember what I did. I Instagram everything, and this is how I know what I did
Right.
yesterday." People like, "Bro, that was yesterday." I was like, "Yo, I thought that was 2 weeks ago, my man."
Oh.
Because that's how my day. Because I'm so present. I'm so present. I'm so
Present
in it,
now.
and I don't realize like how much time has passed. And I knew it was bad because I always had to smoke to eat.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
See,
like,
I
about
know
to
a lot of
eat,
people
and I
like
gotta
that.
smoke.
have
I
to
don't know
smoke.
if I'm too much of a stoner that I don't even get munchies anymore after I smoke. Like that shit is gone.
Really?
Wow.
Me,
Nah, but sometimes I feel
agree
what
with
you're
that.
saying because it's like there's been times where like I wouldn't have an appetite if I
Right.
didn't smoke. Like
Oh,
no, there's sometimes I'll go through the same thing.
Yeah, like I don't even want to. Even after I smoke, I don't even want to eat one because it's gonna blow my high. That shit is gonna go faster. Like the food intake is gonna lower the high down faster. And two, most of the time I don't even have an appetite. Like I normally have to eat before I smoke because I'm not gonna eat afterwards.
Me too.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any negatives, Mike?
Yes and no. I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said. How you said it's the mental health, and well, I remember reading something like a while ago where they said it has like what's the word?
Psychoactive or something?
So yeah, like psychoactive. I think that was the word. It has something where like like you said, if you have a mental health issue, like it may or may not increase that.
Right.
So yeah, people that
Like
don't
that.
realize that they have like personality disorder, or they have bipolar 1, bipolar 2,
Yeah.
schizophrenia. They're unaware of it because they've never got tested for it, so they have no clue, and you just think, oh, that's just a homie, or that's just shorty, that's just how they are, and it's like, no, this person has a mental health issues, and now you give them. And this is the other thing, people smoke marijuana here in New York. I'm gonna tell you from the jump, I don't trust New York weed, and this is the reason why I don't trust New York weed.
I'm like that.
I've been in some trap houses and I've seen some things.
I agree.
Bro, they take crack water. They don't waste nothing. No product gets wasted. They take crack water and they pour that into the plants.
Oh, nah.
And most
Yeah.
people don't know that. So like I had a homie tell me like, bro, don't trust this, bro. He's like, don't trust this because you don't know where this come from. When I'm in Cali and I'm in Colorado, I know the farms it's coming from. Like I'm talking in a way like you talk at a sophisticated coffee
Right.
shop. Where
Right.
did these
Where did
beans
these
come
beans
from? Is it from Ethiopia? Is this from Colombia? Oh yeah,
Right.
please tell me about that. Yeah, right. So you don't know here. Like I smoked something last year. I was in the street. I was in Williamsburg. Saw a homie. He was about to light up. Didn't even know this homie. Cool. These nugs look good. Cool. Let's smoke. That joint wrecked me. I had no clue what was in it.
Yeah.
I had no clue
So
what
it's
was in
supposed
it.
to be
People
laced.
smoke all types of stuff in their own blunt, like
That's
they
a
don't
fact.
even tell you.
Yeah.
That's why if I'm gonna smoke, I'm gonna let somebody else smoke, and then I'm gonna see how they react.
That's not
Sit
good.
back.
I walk around
They
with my
might be
own
immune to
joints.
it.
Yeah.
This is true.
Might be
This is
immune
true.
to
This
it.
is true.
Like,
This
I've
is
been
true.
doing this since I was 2.
Nah, I think
is
it's
true.
best if you just walk around with your own joints and you smoke yours, and if somebody
Facts.
has theirs, they smoke theirs. You know, let's
This
keep
is
it
also
separate.
true. This is also
All right, if you want to be safe
Everybody
about
equal,
it.
you know.
I mean, yeah, but then again, then that's when you do it with the people that you are familiar with. you smoke like that, you know, like.
I can't front. I'll be going to like concerts and stuff, and somebody will see me. They be like, they mad cool. They be like, yo, hit the blunt. I'll be looking at
See,
them
but
like,
that's questionable. Because I was gonna say I went to.
I don't know about you, bro.
What was it in the summer? I had painted like I had a shirt. I went to a festival and on my shirt it said "Pass me a joint if you see me." I had a weed plant and everything. And a couple of people passed me a joint and I was a little sketchy at first. And I was like, I was with my best friend. I said, if I die, at least you know what happened. Keep track of who passed me
Take
what.
pictures with everybody.
Right, like this person gave me a joint. I'm gonna take a picture of that. But it turned out to be fun.
Yeah, y'all never watched How High when the Indian dudes in the room
Of course.
and they like yo don't pass with the joint. You know what I'm saying? You can't because people be asking like yo can I blow on your joint? I'm like this.
Yeah.
I look at them like bro I don't let my girlfriend borrow my chapstick. You wildin' boy. You wildin' boy.
Yeah.
I had to tell some guy before he came. I was like, "Yo, bro, I don't know where your lips been." He got mad offended. He's like, "You don't know my lips been?" I said, "Nah, I don't."
Nah, that's
I'm not your lips.
That's a
I'm
fact.
not you. Like, I'm sorry.
All right, so we gotta wrap it up, but let people know where they can reach you and
If you got anything coming up,
Any upcoming
All right,
projects?
cool. You want to jump on that?
I mean, yeah, you could just follow me at Wolf Stoner Queen. So it's Wolf_Stoner_Queen. Yeah, you could just follow me. I smoke.
Okay, say less.
Storyboard Dee. You can catch me on the gram at D Sociality. That's DEESOCIALITY. D Sociality. That's pretty much my name across all social media. I do a lot of different things. Everything from cannabis to designing to music. I have a music project that I'm dropping next year, and I'm really excited about it. And marijuana. That's it. So just follow me.
You're gonna have to come back for the music project.
yeah, that's a fact.
For sure.
420.
For sure.
Enjoy everybody enjoy their 420. Be
Facts.
safe.
Happy Easter as well. for
Yeah.
those who
Happy
celebrate.
Easter. Jesus rose.
Yo, for
For
real.
us to get.
And on that, we are out. Everybody have
Peace
a
out, y'all.
beautiful,
Bye,
beautiful
guys.
day.
Yo, thank you.
Thank you.